The most anticipated press conference in history. Today, for the first time ever, Donald Trump sat down and met with Zoran Mamdani, which just yesterday, Donald Trump called a communist mayor. Forever, Donald Trump said that his worst enemies have been communists. On the other side, Zoran has called Donald Trump a fascist and also said that he's a traitor to the United States. So how exactly did that meeting go? Well, first, Zoran made sure that he stayed on message and that he laid his shit in the way that he needed to.
In the wealthiest city in the history of the world, and yet 1 in 5 can't even afford $2.90 for a Metro card. The meeting that we had focused not on places of disagreement, which there are many, and also focused on the shared purpose that we have in serving New Yorkers. And frankly, that is something that could transform the lives of 8.5 million people who are currently struggling under a cost of living crisis, with 1 in 4 living in poverty.
Now, that was critically important because Zoran Mamdani staying in message in front of Donald Trump not only shows that what he was saying in the campaign is not something that he's about to revert back, even when in the presence of Donald Trump. He's also using the platform that is created by this high-profile moment in front of the press, in front of the cameras, in the Oval Office, right in front of Donald Trump to dispel the myth that they have been spreading that cost of living has been going down. In this moment, he's not just acting as New York City's mayor, but he's also standing as a representative for the poor, working, and middle-class people of this country across the country. But then he also stood his ground on calling Donald Trump a fascist.
Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay, you can just say yes.
Okay.
It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
That wasn't the first time that the media tried to pit them against each other.
Days ago, you referred to President Trump as a despot who betrayed the country. Are you planning to retract any of these remarks?
I think both President Trump and I, we are very clear about our positions and our views. And
I've been called much worse than a despot, so it's not that insulting.
Then the media brought up Elise Stefanik, who's a MAGA Republican and a Trump loyalist who tried to help Donald Trump in the 2020 election by saying that the election results were stolen. You would think that Donald Trump was on her side. Well, she called Zoran Mamdani a Muslim terrorist, a jihadist. And let's see who Donald Trump defended.
Republican Elise Stefanik has campaigned multiple times by calling Zoran Mamdani a jihadist. Do you think you're standing next to a jihadist right now in the Oval Office?
No, I know. I met with a man who's a very rational person.
Donald Trump just tanked her entire campaign because, as a MAGA Republican would, they have no policies. Her entire campaign was making everyone fear that Zoran Mamdani was this Muslim-era terrorist. But when the leader of your party tells his followers that you're lying because he's actually rational and has rational policies, it's over. Then Donald Trump spent the entire time glazing him.
Do you feel comfortable living in New York City under a Mamdani administration?
Yeah, I would. I really would. Especially after the meeting. Absolutely. I had a meeting today that actually surprised me. He wants to see no crime. He wants to see housing being built. He wants to see rents coming down. We're going to have hopefully a really great mayor. There's no difference in party. There's no difference in anything. And congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
thank you.
And that's how you humble a bitch.